provided on the Gravy Gang Guild podcast or any external branch related to this podcast, including Discord and social media platforms, is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing herein should be construed to be financial, legal, or tax advice or any advice for that matter. The content of this podcast is solely the opinions of the show hosts, who are not licensed financial advisors or anything of great importance, and does not reflect the opinions of our sponsors, who know not what may come from our mouths at any moment. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
And now it's time for Gravy Gang Guild Live, the show that really gets your gravy juices flowing, now extra meaty, with your hosts, Mystical Oaks, Gala the Kid, Gala the Gal, and me, Crypto Euclid. So sit back, crack open a can of our homemade gravy, and enjoy the show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time once again. Time for the Gravy Gang Guild live show. Today's special guest is Pinguino. Hi, Pinguino.
Woo. Hello, it's great to be here.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Chilling.
Chilling's
Tamara, are you
always
good?
I'm great.
Gala the Kid, are you good?
I'm excellent, man.
Yay. Everyone's good.
I think this is the first time we've all talked live.
Yeah.
Yeah, live, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Going on gangster. Full-time gangster.
So what's been going on, Ping? It's been a while.
With Ping Ping?
Yeah, with
Or
Ping
us?
Ping.
Yeah. What's up, Ping Ping?
Not much. Yeah, I was on one of your podcasts like 7 years ago, I think, and I was doing a lot of stuff with Dogecoin, and I'm still doing a lot of stuff with Dogecoin.
Cool. I think that was like 4 years. No, about 3.5 years ago.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think
Yeah.
in crypto Twitter years, it's like 152 years,
Oh,
actually.
God. That was like the beginning of when Bitcoin was first invented, I think.
It definitely feels like 152 years.
It does.
It's weird. It's weird how we're still doing all this stuff, you know? After all these years, we're still doing it.
It's weird that everyone else thinks it's interesting now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of blew up. The whole NFT scene is completely blown up now. You've got all these celebrities who are buying NFTs. You had Bieber just bought a Bored Ape the other day.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
Crazy. Yeah, now it's like, oh, everyone likes it, so now it's not cool anymore. You know what I mean?
I still like it.
Yeah.
This might be the last show.
Yeah.
It's too mainstream now. We're going to have to find something else.
You have to turn it in an MT.
Well, I guess
I'm
the
thinking-
NFTs have replaced the crypto. Well, not really, because they've skipped crypto and gone straight to NFTs, the celebrities.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well, yeah,
I
some of the platforms you don't even need to buy crypto to use them, which is kind of cool, but then it kind of defeats the point.
yeah, true.
Yeah, there's a whole wave of people that have gotten in and have just been fucking around with NFTs and kind of don't even know really what, you know. I'm hearing an echo, Tamara, whenever I talk, and it's driving me crazy.
Well, I mean, if you had
Uh,
listened and went in
I'll
the other
do-
room.
I'm going to move into the bedroom, so you guys carry on. I'll be right back. Actually, I don't even have to. I'm on a laptop, so.
Oh my God, you can
You
move
can-
while talking?
Yeah, I'm going to move my mic, though, so it might get a little weird and loud and shit, but you guys just carry on.
No worries. So are you still dedicated to making NFTs on Wax, or are you going over to OpenSea as well, Ping?
So this week I've been doing a lot with Doge Party, which was a platform that builds tokens on top of Dogecoin. It started in 2014, and then, I don't know, people just stopped using it, or people lost interest, everyone lost their seeds. And then in the last couple months, there's been a renewed interest in historical NFTs. So I found my old tokens, and I'm adding artwork to them now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So back in the day, you used to give away free Doge.
Yeah.
Do you ever think to yourself now that you kept it?
No, because it was a lot of fun. I think the amount of joy I got out of giving out all the Dogecoin was probably worth more than like having a house, which is probably what I could have gotten if I kept it all.
Wow.
I think we figured out they gave away like 1 million Doge.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But nobody knew what crypto was back then. Nobody knew what Bitcoin was, and we used Dogecoin as like a learning tool because it is intimidating for people to take Bitcoin and transfer it to each other, and we wanted to show people how wallets worked. And so we used Dogecoin for that instead. Because the concepts were basically the same, but it was like 0.0000 whatever to like send it across to somebody. So if you screwed up, it didn't matter.
Right. You could like tip with Doge on Twitter though, right?
Yeah, you still can actually. There's a new tip bot, and people are sending each other tips. The culture's just not the same as it was before.
Oh, okay.
The cool thing about back in the day was you could send someone like 100,000 Doge, and it'd be a pretty good tip. Now you probably wouldn't send that to just like some random person.
You think?
I mean, I'm not that baller.
So 100,000 Doge, what's that worth in USD today?
I think it's like 17 or 16 cents right now.
Yeah, well, that's a fair chunk of change just for a tip.
Yep. But yeah, those were the amounts we were throwing out. 10,000 Doge was pretty common. If we were splitting it up so a lot of people could have some, just be like 1,337 Doge. But yeah, these days it's still, it adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like a gold rush when Doge started going above like 2 cents last year. Everybody I knew that I used to send Doge to just scrambled around and tried to find old hard drives. And we used to print it on pieces of paper called paper wallets. It like had stylized Shiba Inu graphics and stuff like that. And the private key and the public key were both stored on this piece of paper. So if you had it, you could redeem it and get access to this old Dogecoin.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like the Doge community is one of the most fun crypto communities.
I think it still is.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Elon Musk being all heavy in the Doge? Does that sort of wreck it for you a bit?
It doesn't wreck it. It's the community these days is different than the community that was around when Doge first started, but there's still a lot of really positive and really good people. Elon being involved, I think, brought a lot of attention to it, which could be good and could be bad, right? Because you have it amplifies everything. So all the people that are really loud and annoying are very loud and annoying. But, you have a lot of people that wouldn't have heard about it otherwise, who, it really enriches their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So are you working on any new art pieces at the moment?
Yeah, so for the Doge Party platform, I have these tokens called pizza bagels. And I probably have to explain what that is because not only are you in Australia, you probably don't have them, but the way that we eat them is totally different than what most people think when they hear pizza bagel. So I think it was like 2011. There was a party on a cruise ship, and we wanted to be on Twitter because we were really internet addicted. But back then you couldn't have just like internet wherever you went. So we made paper Twitter, which was the notebook, and anytime you wanted to tweet, you would just write it down. And there was a service back then called TwitPic, where Twitter would host these images for you and give you like a specific link for them. So I drew a picture of what I thought a pizza bagel was because my friend was just like screaming it down the hallways for like an entire week. And I drew a bagel with cream cheese on it and a slice of pizza in between the two slices of bread and like a little happy face on it. After that, everyone thought it was really funny because they didn't actually know what a pizza bagel was. In the U.S., it's a frozen bagel half, and it has like marinara and cheese and maybe pepperoni on it. And it's not great. It's just okay, right? But that's what it's supposed to be. And so after that, for Valentine's Day, my boyfriend woke me up and made this pizza bagel in real life with the actual full bagel and the whole slice of pizza in there. So I drew it. We ended up making it at all these parties. So when Doge Party rolled around, and the other like crazy thing about Doge Party at the time, to make a token on there, you had to burn Doge, which back then was sacrilegious. Like, why would you set your Doge on fire? But you send it Doge and it turns into a token. So I made 200,000 pizza bagel tokens. So the thing I'm working on right now is animating that so you can fully see the slice of pizza like come into the animation, and when you buy the token, it'll have the artwork with it.
That's awesome. There are good real pizza bagels though.
Where is your favorite pizza bagel from?
I got a good one in Colorado. I think it was like Einstein Brothers or something like that, but it could have been something else. But it's like an actual just bagel shop, and they have really good pizza bagels.
They do have really good ones at bagel shops in New York too.
Cool.
I've had.
So you're saying your boyfriend made you one that had like the cream cheese and a pizza slice in the middle?
He bought a frozen pizza, so it's like kind of the smaller slices, and I think went to a nice bagel shop and bought the bagel for it.
That's
The
funny.
cream cheese is key. Like, just it's like a carb bomb though.
Yeah, you
But
don't think?
it's so good, especially like you've been partying all day and it's 3 a.m. It's like the best thing in the world. It's so good.
I'll just take your word for that. You're into some weird foods though, because like what's the weirdest thing you've had?
Lion.
Okay, that's weird.
Lion. Do you order the lion, or did you go kill the lion?
No, we had it ethically sourced.
Ethically sourced.
What is ethically sourced lion exactly?
We found it's called Exotic Meat Markets. It's a guy that lives in just on the outskirts of LA that works with farmers to he'll get the animals to breed specifically for food. Yeah.
What kind of gravy goes best with lion?
Oh, that is a really good question. I think lion is so rare that you wouldn't want to eat gravy on it. You'd probably want to put it on like an appetizer that you eat before the lion.
That's blasphemy.
Okay.
I reckon it would taste good with chicken gravy.
So does lion, is it, how like most exotic meats I just imagine are like gamey? Is lion gamey, or what does it taste like?
It's really light. The texture is like, imagine popcorn, but without the sharp bits, where it's just kind of like poofy. We ended up getting like, I think it was just like a pound of like ground lion. When we split it into sliders amongst a bunch of people, so we only really got like a bite or two each. But yeah, it's really hard to describe. It was
Are
good.
you
I would eat it again, but I probably won't because, it's kind of rude to eat lion all the time.
are you like a foodie, or are you a chef? Because the reason I ask is I saw like an Anthony Bourdain show where a lot of these chefs who've like eaten all this different food, they get like bored with regular food, so they start eating weird shit like bones and stuff.
No, it was weird because I used to be really, really picky when I was a kid. I wouldn't eat any kind of meat that had bones in it. I wouldn't eat tropical fruit, like all this stuff. And then I went to Japan and I was at a sushi bar, and the people I was with, who I didn't know super well, all convinced me to eat like raw whale sushi. This was like back before everyone knew that whaling was terrible.
Mhm.
And then after that, I ate the horse sushi. And then the next day, we're at this ice cream store that has every single flavor of ice cream imaginable. And my friends there just kind of convinced me to eat some horse ice cream. And it was just all over after that. I'll try anything once.
Wait, horse ice cream?
Yeah. So, okay, horse ice cream tastes like if you've ever been to Cold Stone Creamery, it's the sweet cream ice cream, right? But like add some beef jerky, but make it like less beefy. That's what horse ice cream tastes like.
I'm gonna have to hard pass that on that.
Yeah, I don't think I would eat horse ice cream. I don't think I would eat horse. I mean, I probably would eat anything, honestly, pretty much anything. But I don't know. Yeah, I would eat horse. Okay, fine.
Well, Brandon Flood in the chat said horse sushi NFTs, please.
I like eating kangaroo. My lion guy makes really good kangaroo sausage.
Yeah, I'll let you keep the kangaroo. I'm not a fan of it. How much does it cost for like a pound? Like, what do you buy stuff in? Is it grams or
Pounds?
So how much would a pound of kangaroo cost there?
I think it's only like 16. It's not too bad.
Yeah, because it's pretty cheap here too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredibly hard to find.
Let's see. DNK says one time in Mexico he was tricked into eating pig heart tacos. It was good and he got seconds.
That's disgusting.
He said kind of good.
They make chicken hearts on skewers in Japanese bars sometimes. They're pretty good.
You tried them as well.
Yeah.
I always thought you were like a vegan or something.
I mean, I eat lots of weird kind of normal stuff too. I like making gravy from scratch.
Yes. Who doesn't? Who eats canned gravy? That's just weird.
Yeah, that's super weird. Yeah. No, I still want to buy the Australian canned gravy just to try it.
Yeah.
I feel like I just have to do that once, but I looked on Amazon and it was like $30 and I'm like, oh, that's a commitment.
Even Wave tried it. He said it tastes like blended up French fries.
Oh no.
But I think he had the chicken gravy though, not like a beef or a pepper gravy.
Well, what does that taste like? Not blended up French fries? I mean, isn't it kind of all the same?
No,
a little bit.
No, it's not the same at all.
Okay.
Would you eat penguin? Pinguino?
That's another hard question. So I had a turtle when I ate some turtle soup, and when I got home, I apologized to it a lot. I feel like if there's a serving a penguin in front of me, it would be a really hard decision. I don't know what I would pick until that happened.
Right.
It's not actually a very good thing to eat. Like it tastes really oily and fishy. So it's, like I've had some kind of crazy like canned fish that was really oily and disgusting, and I'm sure that it's similar to that.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess if it's already cooked, right? You might as well try it. Otherwise, it's just going to waste.
Sure, but no.
Yeah, like if a penguin lost I don't know what they call it. Is it a wing, or what do they call it for a?
They're flippers.
Yeah, so like if a flipper was like half ripped off and they had to chop it off.
Oh.
Like you'd eat it, wouldn't you? Like so it didn't go to waste.
I don't know.
If you're gonna eat a lion, you're gonna eat a flapper thing.
Good point.
That's what I was thinking about the turtle. Like if you eat the poor sweet little turtle.
Yeah, but it's already there in front of you.
Right.
I think that's the difference.
I think it's alright if you eat a turtle as long as it's young, so it's not like a wise turtle.
Yeah. Don't be the person eating the 3,000-year-old turtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but he's lived 3,000 years, and the poor baby turtle is like, "Hey guys, could I just have like another couple or something?"
That's true. That's a good point. Although the old turtle probably like knows stuff. You just have to learn how to talk to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. But then you're ingesting all of that knowledge yourself.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, DNK said that penguins are heroes, never eat them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
You have to elaborate on that a bit though, DNK. I don't understand what you mean by they're heroes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he just watched Happy Feet or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he watched Happy Feet. Do you guys believe that you like absorb the energy of whatever you eat? So like if you eat a lion, you get the lion's.
No.
Oh my God. He did just watch Happy Feet. He just literally typed, "Go watch Happy Feet." Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're ingesting lions. What were you saying, Yuki?
I don't know. I'll tell you guys the weirdest thing I've ever eaten, and when I say it, it sounds really fucking weird.
Oh.
But so I ate a squirrel, and it still had like hair on it because we were camping, and my aunt and uncle were squirrel hunting, and they killed a squirrel, and we ate it.
Is there much meat on a squirrel?
Not much.
It's like a rat. It's like a forest rat.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, Gala the Kid?
I'm not really experimental like you guys, and I don't eat exotic animals, so yeah, I don't know. I thought kangaroo was weird enough for me.
That's weird.
That was probably my limit. I've tried snake before, and I didn't go much on that. It just tasted rubbery.
I love snake.
You love
Yeah,
snake?
snake is really delicate. You have to cook it like you're cooking a fish. If you cook it too long, it gets rubbery. But there's also like a million bones, so it's really annoying to work with.
All I know is that if I ever go to America, I'm never coming to your house for dinner.
It's okay. We'll go get tacos instead. No, not pig heart tacos.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what kind?
Yeah, we'll just do carnitas or something.
Sounds good. I
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the general foods that you eat at home then? Are you the main cook in the house, or is it your partner?
It's me. I don't know. I guess it depends if I'm doing keto or not. When I'm not, I don't know. I get really bored easily, so it just kind of changes all the time.
So
But I make a lot of Japanese food, I guess.
So what's the benefits that you've seen with the ketogenic diet?
I can offset my vacation binge eating, where I eat everything, and it's great.
So do you think your brain, like your mental health's better and everything as well, like having natural fats instead of oils and stuff like that?
Nah, I haven't noticed anything like that. Energy drinks will, affect my brain more.
So you go keto, but you have energy drinks as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So is that really keto though? If you're spiking your sugar?
I don't know. I just could not function without caffeine or fake sugar. So there's a lot of keto desserts, and I make a bunch of those.
Yeah, that's cool. So what's the best thing that your partner cooks then?
He makes a spinach dip in the blender that I really like. He doesn't cook very often.
Oh, yeah. Well, that seemed pretty.
He orders
basic.
pizza. It's great.
And bagel pizza.
Yeah.
So
when you say bagel pizza, for some reason the only thing I can think of are bagel bites, the little shitty little frozen.
Yeah.
I can't think of a good pizza bagel I've ever had.
That's why you got to make your own.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most things, right? Like your home version's usually going to be better.
Sometimes.
Word.
So I've got to ask you, Ping, you've been in the Discord for a while now. Have you gotten into Gala game stuff at all yet?
I have had like negative free time for an entire year, and I don't know how that's happened. I was playing Townstar for like a little bit, and then I was going to try the game that you guys were playing, and then it just looked way too expensive to jump into the beta, the Spider Tank one.
Oh yeah. Well, you can, like, it just depends what you want to do, because they're going to come out later that, like, once the game's actually released, that you can rent out your tanks.
Yeah.
So I think, like, a bottom, a top, and then I think they recommend a skin. I think you're looking at around probably $800 is my best guess.
Yeah, that's a lot to spend on a game that I'm not sure I'm going to like or be good at.
Yeah, I haven't been playing it at all myself, but I'm still collecting the tank parts to be able to rent them out.
Yeah.
Because I think
like
yeah, what were you saying?
I bought some land in Minecraft. I haven't done anything with that either. Like I feel like if I start buying game pieces, like the risk is I'll ignore it, not stake it, not rent it out, not do anything with it. It'll just sit there.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that Wax project that has the
Yeah.
Minecraft? Yeah, I bought a piece of a little thing of that, and I was playing around in that. It's kind of cool. It's crazy how much stuff they've built in there. Like you know, well, Minecraft in general is pretty crazy. The amount like what people build and that stuff.
I saw some really cool screen captures of things that people are making. I just haven't gone in to look myself.
Yeah, I got like I kind of FOMOed into it just a little bit because I heard Lupe was doing it, and then I went in there and I guess I got like I don't remember how it all worked, but I bought like a little land deed or something, and then it was really hard to figure out how to find my deed. Like it was really difficult, and then I finally found it, and I realized like it's like underwater, like I don't have any land.
Oh no!
So yeah, so I had like the tiniest little corner of land, and then I like started to build like a little area, but it was fun because you can see what other people have built and stuff, and I mean I imagine it's gonna keep growing and stuff, but I haven't logged into it in a while.
I did the exact same thing you did. Lupe posted that he was going to build something in Uplift, so I bought land that was kind of near his, and then yeah, spent forever picking out my land, and then didn't play the game really.
Oh, I think someone like a long time ago posted a video of some kind of race, like a sled race or something that was in there. And that's
Oh,
maybe
cool.
where Lupe even saw it because I think Lupe was like, what is this? Or something like that. So that's cool. I know what you're talking about now. I remember the name Uplift.
Yeah. What games have you guys been playing? What are your favorite crypto games?
I haven't really
Well,
been playing anything other than Town Star, and that's only to collect the coin. I don't enjoy it at all.
yeah, I feel that. I feel like it's sort of like every day we're like, okay, gotta collect our town coin. It's not exactly fun. Like we're not like enjoying it, so much, but it's
Um,
like
yeah.
what I feel like we're in an episode of what is that show, Black Mirror or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've tasked ourselves this thing where we have to play this game every day to get to get these little credits, and then we end up spending the credits on more shit for this game, or other games. And I'm ready for Gala to come out with some fun stuff. Like I like Spider Tanks. I don't play it that often, but it is fun when I play it. Like it's a pretty fun game. And but I think we're all just sort of, they keep coming out with new stuff, and we're all like, okay, I'm ready to play something fun.
Whatever happened to that one fantasy game that they were hinting at, like Miranda or something?
Miranda's, yeah, that's still, in the works. So we're all like, when Miranda's. So
Yeah,
that's
I
kind
think.
of like, we're all excited about that one. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one I'd actually play. I think that's definitely more my speed.
Yeah, and they did a beta, like a test or whatever, where you could go in and kind of play a little bit. And so they teased us a little bit. But, we're all like speculating on what it's going to be like. And, a lot of us here in this guild have like, land deeds and buildings and all this stuff. And, we're all buying like all these NFTs for this game. And so hopefully they come out with it soon, because then I don't know, what are we going to do with our lives, Cameron?
Play the Walking Dead game
Yeah.
Well,
or the Echoes of Empire.
Well, I'll say the same thing again. They just need to implement a staking mechanism so you don't actually sell your shit. Like they said it was, I was in the Discord. This is going back probably about 3 months ago, or maybe more. And I said, oh, well, what happened to the game being released at the end of last year? Which is what they used to say back in the early Amers. And this guy's like, pretty much full rip me. And he's like, it was never going to be then, man. Like, oh no,
Oh, geez.
fucking bullshit, it wasn't. That's exactly what they said, So we're waiting an extra year. Like, when did we get in Euclid? Like January last year, 2021?
Yeah, January of last year, yep.
So it's going to be released, they reckon, at the end of this year. So that's 2 years of just holding NFTs.
Yeah.
You know, that's a long time.
I mean, you're funding their game development. You're
Yeah.
like kind of part of the process.
Yeah. So if you could stake them and then get some of the coin, you know,
Yeah.
that'd be good. But they don't do it,
Yeah,
so I
that'd be
don't
cool.
know.
How do you guys feel about the gaming community pushing back super hard on NFTs in their space?
The what community?
The gaming community? Have you noticed that at all?
Yeah, I've
do
seen
you
it
mean?
on like Facebook and stuff like that. But when you read what they say, they don't really understand any of it at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like this, like I think it's Fortnite, the skins market there, which you don't actually really own, is like $3.5 billion a year. So if you could buy those skins for $10 and it's on their own blockchain, but you can sell it on a secondary market, well, that would be good for the gaming community. But they'd rather just not own it and pay, you know, as a community, 3.5 billion a year.
So I showed our youngest 12-year-old. He's like, he plays spider tanks and stuff, and but he's 12, so he's not really into crypto or anything. But like our 22-year-old is fucking literally like against it. He's like, I showed him. I'm trying to kind of explain to him like what we're doing and how we're doing this stuff and living
Yeah.
and everything and I showed and I'm like explaining, he doesn't really understand. He doesn't really put any thought into like Bitcoin or crypto or anything. He's just kind of like, oh, it's a scam. It sounds like bullshit. And I'm trying to explain it to him.
I think
But
he's just fucking with you.
I don't
Wait,
know. I don't
is this
care.
how kids rebel these days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally, I'm sitting here going, wait, what? I think he's literally fucking
But
with you.
I show him the fucking Spider Tanks game, like gameplay. I'm showing him on my phone. He's looking at it and he goes, "Oh, I don't know. That just looks like a scam to me." I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah,
it's a
'cause-
fucking game.
'cause
How can that
it's
be a
fucking
scam?"
with you.
I don't even get it. Like, what do you mean it looks like a scam?
Oh
It
my
looks like
god, he's so pushing your butt. You don't even.
Yeah.
That's too much.
You can't really look at gameplay and go, oh, yeah, that's just a scam. Like, you can see it being
I'm
played.
like, right. How can you look at the fucking Spider Takes gameplay and just be like, "Oh, scam, that's a
He
scam."
watched my tournament, so he's already seen it. So
Yeah.
he's just fucking with you.
He's trying to look cool in front of his girlfriend. That was what it was. Like, "Oh, dad's into this nerdy crypto shit. I'm not going to think it's cool or anything."
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You just have to start
Or
sending him
and by
screenshots.
Well, I was like, okay, so I could could create him, like help him get like a Gala account, and this was back when Towncoin was actually worth something. But I was like, I could, send you like an NFT that could earn you just like passive income. Just play a fucking game for like, 20 minutes a day, and I could show you how to do it, and you can earn this Towncoin, and it's on an exchange. I can show you how to cash out, and literally you could just have like, a little extra money every month playing a video game. Is kind of like my thought, but this was before Towncoin kind of dumped. But I might still do it. He seemed okay. He's like, oh, at first he was like, no, I don't care, no, and then I think he sort of warmed up to the idea.
I mean, isn't that like the dream to play video
Yeah.
games and get paid?
Yeah, totally. No, it's just because I'm into it. It's like, you guys ever see, you guys probably have no clue what I'm talking about, but oh god, Absolutely Fabulous. Pinguino, have you ever seen that show?
Nah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's really funny. It's like a British comedy, and the mom is like, she's like a recluse. Is that what you would say, Tamara? She's just like,
No, no.
what is a recluse? What does that
That's like
word
where
mean?
you stay at home and you don't go
Really? A
anywhere. Yeah.
recluse is where you stay at home?
Yeah.
That sounds like a recluse. Sounds like somebody who's crazy and they're like loose and
No,
Huh.
reckless is stay at home. You're like quiet,
like
hiding.
recluse. Like,
Yeah.
You believe it when Pinguino says it?
well, no. Now that you say recluse, it sounds like recluse, like a reclusive person. Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what would you describe like a middle-aged woman who like still goes
She's
out
just
and
like
parties?
she did coke and she parties and like
Yeah.
she's wild.
So
Wild.
the
Wild's a good word for that.
yeah,
Wild.
so the mom character is wild and crazy, and gets wasted every night and stuff. And the daughter is like complete opposite. She's like a total fucking nerd, and like is like the responsible one, and it's the opposite
It's a
kind of.
role reversal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's not that I'm wild or anything, but I think it's just like that. I think it depends on the generations, but like I think just some kids are just like whatever the parents are into, they're like against, you know?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty typical.
Mhm.
It obviously can't be cool if you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Got to
what
be something wrong with it, yeah.
but what you should do is like be like, look, son, you've been really good. I'd really like to give you a gift of $10,000, and then wait to see what he says. And if he
Right.
says yes, be like, well, actually, no, that's actually NFT shitty money scam. So, if Dad gets a real job, we'll talk again.
Right.
Like I'm putting this board ape back in the hard drive.
Yeah.
You won't want this.
I'll leave this to your brother. You're not interested.
Your 12-year-old brother. He'll take good care of it.
Yeah.
Well, it is weird, and it's just like none of this makes sense, and especially with the whole NFT thing. Like before, when it was just we were just doing crypto, and it kind of made sense, but now the whole NFT thing is so fucking crazy and weird, and like the app, like the amount of money, that's the weird thing to me. I guess it's because things like fads happen, and they become super popular, but I still am trying to wrap my head around how the value of these things can reach so high, and yeah, it's just weird. And is it going to keep is it going to keep going, or is this thing all going to come crashing down? And I'm saying specifically like the NFT thing. I know like the NFTs, like with utility and the gaming NFTs, I think they're just getting started. I think they've got a long a long way to go and are going to be around. But just these like just JPEGs where it's just pictures of and PFPs and things like. And I guess like those bored apes have utility. I don't know. I think they give you access to something, but it's still crazy to me to think that a picture of a monkey is worth like $1 million. Like Bieber just paid like I don't know 1.5 for his or something.
Well,
For the
Crazy.
profile picture ones, like Bored Ape, I liken that more to luxury handbags, right?
Right.
You buy it because it's expensive and you can walk down the street and people know how much you paid for that bag, right? Or like some super fancy shoes, right? The shoes and bags aren't any better than any other bags, but you're just doing it because there's a value attached to it and people know that you spent it.
It's sort
Yeah,
of
it's
ironic though,
a
because
status thing.
Yeah.
but it's ironic status though, because like the NFTs worth $1 million, but yet they walk around in hoodies. Like you think they'd have like Bored Ape suits. The game that they've got is shit. Like I could probably make something better than the game that they have out for it. And then they've also got, I think they're coming out with Bored Ape like pubs and clubs. Like you have to be a Bored Ape to be able to attend them.
Mhm.
So I think that's the only utility.
Well, I know there was something originally, I believe is actually like a club kind of situation, and there's supposed to be like events and things that, yeah, only holders can attend. And I see that. That's interesting. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's totally like a status thing because, and I just don't know that period of time before like big celebrities started buying them and they really just blew up, like what made them okay, even like the punks, like why versus like a fucking Mooncat, which is like the first fucking NFT project, and they found it, and like why aren't those worth shit? Is it because I have one and I don't have a
Yes.
Bored Ape? Is that the problem?
Exactly.
That's exactly
I
the
think historical NFTs are gaining traction right now, so hang on your Mooncat because people are starting to care about them, and they
Right.
were overlooked at the beginning hype cycle of the NFTs.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like if anything, like Mooncats are pretty fucking cool just because of the history with them, and
Yeah.
versus just like, why do these one particular, I guess it's just like, why did and this is an old like reference, but like, why did Cabbage Patch Kids become so popular, or anything? I don't know. It's just like these fads, and they like just snowball and stuff, and I just wonder what the longevity is of just these kind of just PFP type NFTs are going to be. When is the bubble going to burst, or will it? Maybe it won't.
Yeah, I don't think once you've spent like $1 million in NFT, I don't think it's going to go down to zero after that, right?
Right. I agree.
Because at that point you're showing that you think that it's worth that much, and yeah, that in itself is something, right? So crypto would have to crash like really, really bad for all those NFTs to drop.
So what about the uh developers, the founders of, say, the Bored Apes? Like, these guys, someone's wallet is making like a percentage of every OpenSea sale. I presume they've got that built in. Like, imagine the amount of just fucking money that's rolling into this, whoever this founder is. I mean, the initial mint or whatever probably was nothing. It was probably like a couple $100 to mint one, so it was not like they made a shitload of money there. But the after the secondary sales, every time one exchanges hands and it sells for $1 million, I don't know what they get on OpenSea. I could look it up really quick, but sometimes it's like 5-10%. Like, imagine every time one changes hands. It's just like Gala too, though. I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of NFTs that they're pumping out. I'm just trying to say, like, the amount of money that some of these like projects are generating. It's crazy.
Yep.
I'm gonna go look and see.
So what's
Yeah, it's been pretty nuts. One of the crazy things about the Bored Ape project is the artists that designed the apes didn't, because they didn't know it was going to go all crazy like that, they aren't rolling in millions of dollars. I just read about that girl, and it was kind of eye-opening.
Oh,
yeah?
interesting. I didn't think about that. The person who actually, the artist behind Bored Apes. That would be a really interesting story to dive into.
Yeah, I'll find that link and send it to you guys later. But yeah, it was one girl, and then I think 3 other people got named in the article as like the people that contributed to the look and feel of the apes. But I think she was like their lead artist.
Well, hopefully that she
Wait.
actually owns a couple of Bored Apes herself then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
what
hope
was
so.
Yeah.
Because what percentage do they run for resale? It's 5%, isn't it?
I'm trying to look up right now. What's the easiest way to find that out? I'm looking at OpenSea right now. I guess I could look at a transaction. So 9 minutes ago, one just sold for 166 ETH. Oh, weird. It was sent to Justin Bieber NFTs. That's funny.
Oh my
Literally
god, really?
the one I just looked at by chance. I just clicked it just by chance.
funny.
I clicked on activity, and the last one that sold for 166 F was 2 Justin Bieber NFTs. And I don't know if that's actually him or not, but anyway, I think I can go in here and look at the transaction and see what the 8.3 ETH was sent to OpenSea wallet. So that goes, we know OpenSea gets a cut, but what does Bored Ape Yacht Club get per transaction? I'm trying to figure that out. I don't see that anywhere.
I think you might be right. I thought it was 5%.
Yeah, I
That
think that's
sounds
kind of typical.
that sounds
So
right.
Cheech and Chong have their own NFTs now.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone does. It's like everybody. It's a cash grab, like, even like Ozzy and stuff. And when I saw the thing that Ozzy the Bats, and I got all excited about that, and I got like 3 of them. But come on, it's all a cash grab. Like, I mean, obviously, fucking Ozzy Osbourne doesn't know shit about NFTs or crypto or computers for that matter. You know what I mean? No hate against Ozzy. I'm a huge Ozzy fan, but come on. He's not like, he didn't give a shit about NFTs or, I mean, well, supposedly the story was he wanted a Bored Ape, and then Sharon was like, no, and then they made their own fucking NFT project. So, I don't know. I think it's a cash grab. I think everyone's eventually going to get into it, and it might get to the point where it's just flooded, and there's so many fucking NFT projects.
That's right
And
now.
yeah, and I have a problem right now. I just FOMO'd into some shit that I just randomly, um, yeah, and I bought the fucking top, and now the fuckers are worth half what I paid for it. So you got to be careful. Like, not everything's
What
going
did
to
you
be
buy?
it's those galactic guys. Like, so Chris was in here talking about him, and I did the thing you should never fucking do, and that's chase a pump. And I fucking did it, and I was like, it was right. So Bitcoin was kind of going back up. It was at 38,000. This is just the other day. I think this was yesterday, even maybe the day before. Bitcoin was at 38,000, and everything was kind of going back up. And then these galactic guy things, they're really cool art. Okay, so I like the art, but then Chris was like, check these out. I hope you guys got one of these, because he was talking about them a while back, and they were pumping, like they shot straight up, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get one. And I literally bought the top, and then kind of Bitcoin sort of like dumped a little bit, and everything is sort of following. Yeah, and so I could get one right now for like half of what I just paid, but yeah, I don't
Ouch.
know. I have a problem, like seriously, like with if I have Ethereum, I will fucking spend that shit. Like I cannot hold Ethereum.
It's not just Ethereum, it's cash. It's like, I mean,
That's not true, Tamara. I
That's why you
take
gotta
that.
call to all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
Fiat's
have.
overrated.
What were you saying, Gala the Kid?
I just said that Fiat's overrated anyway. It's only exists to buy NFTs anyway.
Well, so I have like I'm way heavy in NFTs, and some of them are not, doing that great. And I've got some shit that's doing pretty good, and but
what's your
yeah,
favorite one?
stuff that's doing well.
I
So
mean,
it's
I would assume your favorite stuff that's doing well, but I mean, I just said what's your favorite one. So
so I love my moon cat. I got a moon cat thanks to Sabotage Beats. He
Beats.
yeah, he hooked me up with one, and he helped me get one. This was like when they were first doing the thing where um it was like a thing where people discovered the contract, and people were trying to mint them, and the gas was like $2,000, and what happened was there was no more that could be minted or something. So then you could buy them from, like, it wasn't easy, like you had to go directly on the contract and buy it that way. So he showed me how to do that, and I got two, and I sold one like way too early. I kept the other one, and then I bought another one for Tamara, because I still think these fucking mooncats are going to be something someday. um but like mine was like one that I was able to get, like, shit, I don't even remember the stuff anymore, but you could get like accessories for it, and mine was like an early mint or something, or an early one, so I was able to get like this OG thing that, I don't know, I need to go look at my mooncat to tell you. I like the mooncat. I like all the shit by Pack. I like Pack stuff.
So it's funny, when Sabotage Beats was helping you with your Mooncat, I was messaging him the whole time, and I was going back and forth, like, should I get one? And I think they were like $300 or something, and I'm like, this sounds like a lot. I don't know, and I waffled on it, and I didn't get it. And by the time I finally decided to like spring for it, they were super sold out in the matter of in the matter of like an hour.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Ah.
GTK, what's your favorite NFT?
Well, my favorite, like, I don't know. I'd say that I like Alpha League, even though they're not a big NFT community at the moment. But I think they look better than a Bored Ape myself, if that's the reason why people are buying them. I like the Gala ones only because of the utility that they currently mostly don't have at the moment still.
Yeah.
But I like those, I can't remember what they're called, the ones that Euclid put me onto where they play the music.
Oh,
The
those music ones.
WVRPS. Yeah, I just got one of those. Another one of those is really rare. I'm happy about that purchase.
Yeah, well, the floor sort of like has dropped a little bit as well, but it definitely has the what do you call it? Like it's got a lot of people buying them every day.
Yeah, volume. Yeah, so I'm looking at. It looks like the floor on all fucking NFTs has dropped since the market kind of went down a little bit. The thing I was trying to remember was I have an early acclimator helmet for my Mooncat, so I feel
Cool.
pretty proud about that. Um, because when they, the community, there was like a community that formed around them, and then they created like an official like contract, and you had to kind of like move it over or something. And if you did that, then you could claim this acclimator helmet thing. So that's kind of cool. But go ahead.
What?
The thing
What?
about Bored
Oh.
Apes though is like it's not even. It doesn't look accurate to what you see when you look at one. Like most of them don't look bored; they just look stupid. Don't you? Like
That's true.
they look dorky, and yeah, I don't really like the look of them. I actually like the mutant apes better. I reckon they look cool.
Yeah. One of the cool things about these bats that I got for the Aussie bats is they can bite other NFTs, and there's like certain NFTs, and
Yeah.
if you bite your other NFT, you get like a third, like a mutant basically. But the thing about it is they're trying to act like that's so like unique and interesting and cool, but that's literally the exact same thing as what a mutant ape is, right? Isn't
Yeah.
a mutant ape, what do you have to use, like a serum or something?
Serum,
Like
yeah.
all the Bored Apes were dropped a serum, and then if you use it, then you get a mutant ape, I think is how it works. I don't know.
I don't know, so I can't.
I think you
I
have to have an
Um,
original ape, don't you? And then you use the serum on it. So you got to like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You gotta have an original Bored Ape. What do you guys think about all these? I keep seeing it on Twitter all the time about these Bored Ape holders who get hacked and they lose their apes. Do you think this is true? It's like one account ended up
Oh
losing
yeah.
like 10 of them or something. Do you think that's bullshit and they're just trying to like tax loss harvest or whatever? Or do you think they're actually, because really the only way to lose your fucking ape is to type your fucking private key somewhere, like that I'm aware of. I don't know that
I
it's
think I think people are going to phishing sites and connecting their MetaMask wallet and losing them that way.
Yeah, well,
It's super plausible. I believe them.
well, if you're looking for an NFT to use as a display picture or AVI or whatever anyone wants to call them, you're looking for something that resembles yourself. And when you're buying something that looks like genuinely stupid, not bored, well, then you're going to do stupid shit. So,
right. I see that. I see what you're
That's
saying.
that's a good point.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It just, to me, it seems like I don't, a lot of the Bored Ape, and obviously we're all like shitting on it because none of us have one, but um, and if we did, it would be completely different,
Oh yeah.
oh, if
Yeah.
I had one, they're awesome, you know.
Right, totally. I would be like all about Bored Apes if I had one, but
If we
since
had
we,
one, they would look really bored.
Yeah. And that
since
would be really cool.
we don't have them, let's figure out how to pick this shit apart and tear it down and make it like shitty, so that we feel better about ourselves. I think that's the whole point in anything, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Do
No,
we feel better?
I don't know. I feel just
Oh,
as bad.
I feel good.
I feel like I have enough other NFTs that make me happy that I don't actually need a Bored Ape.
I was gonna ask that too. What's your favorite?
There's a couple of them that I really like. So with the Doge Party NFTs, we had a Twitter friend in the Doge community named Little Sheep, and he was the artist that did the Josh Wise poser, and he like kind of disappeared over time, and nobody knew how to get a hold of him. And when Doge Party people were starting to get active, they reached out to me to try to find him, and I found him. And he got really into NFTs, and now he's making cool new artwork, and it's really fun. So I have some of those. Have some of my friend Bitcoin Beggar's NFTs from that same project from the Doge parties that
Okay.
And then there's a record label called Dirty Bird that's been, I think they've been making music for maybe 20 years or so, but they started doing NFTs last fall, and they're just these crazy looking birds, right? So you find a bird that you resonate with. They've been throwing virtual parties in the Birdieverse. I think some of you guys were there the other day, where they'll have DJs going, but you get to walk around in the space as your bird, and it's super fun. But they do real life events too. So like they did a party in LA last fall where I just rolled in with a bunch of my friends. And a bunch of us had NFTs. We got to party together. It was great.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like the Doge community parties are they have to be like the best parties probably
Yeah.
There's
ever.
not too many. I threw a really good one in LA, like when Dogecoin was really big. Nobody's thrown like one in the past year because there's been a pandemic and it's kind of hard to party.
Yeah, it's true.
Why is it that the Doge community are so fun? Like everyone I've met in the Doge community, I've pretty much liked, and why is that? And I know that the whole thing is like a meme and it's fun and goofy but I wonder why like all the Doge people are, I don't know, just like fun, goofy people.
The beginning of it was because not only was it just all about memes and being silly, but and you're rallying around a coin that was basically worthless, and so it would just kind of annoy the super hardcore crypto people that you were really into Dogecoin, and that you were seemingly taking this seriously instead. That was a good way to annoy people. It was great, but at the same time, there was a lot of really big interesting things happening where everybody in the community all basically threw pennies at a project and would make crazy stuff happen. Like they wanted to get the word out about Dogecoin because nobody would know what it was, so they sponsored a NASCAR car, but not like a good one, just like a regular one that probably wasn't going to win, right? And so everyone just like rallied around this like underdog and made it like the best thing in the world. We built wells in Africa just by everyone throwing a penny at the project, right? But enough people do that, and you can make like important things like that happen. I think there was a Jamaican bobsled team that wanted to go to the Olympics, but they couldn't afford to, so the Doge community sent them.
Right.
A lot of those projects, like, I haven't seen anything that big that everyone's rallied around this year, and I'm kind of surprised because I feel like there's more money in crypto overall, but I think because it had those roots of being really nice and silly, that set it apart from all the other kind of copycat coins that came along after that were also doing meme type stuff.
What about the fact now that it blew up like it did, and there was a time there when, I just suspect that a lot of my Doge friends were probably fucking millionaires all of a sudden. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it kind of changed. It went from where it was just like worthless, just kind of like meme coin that everyone was just goofy with, to where like, holding a million Doge could like actually, be like worth a lot of money. So like how has that affected the Doge community like in a negative way?
No, it hasn't really. Honestly, most of the people that had a lot of Doge back in the day, a lot of us gave it all away to other people. So it's not like we had like a million Doge kind of sitting there for like 7 years. It's,
Yeah, I remember that, like, it was like, who was the guy, Kyle Kemper, that we met, Tamara, in Vegas that time? And I remember like the QR codes and stuff, and I remember, it was, everyone was just like, you would just send each other Doge because it was pennies to send.
yep.
But and then I remember thinking, holy shit, I bet you a lot of my Doge friends are probably fucking rich now, and it's just kind of cool. I'm trying to look, like, what is it sitting at right now?
It's either 16 or 17. Some of my friends did go buy cars. One friend did buy a house, like a pretty big house, like a really nice one. One of them went to architecture school. He's not an architect. He designed like a hotel style giant crazy pool with like waterfalls and like one of those sections where the water's like an inch tall and you have floating chairs on it. I don't know what you call that, like a 10% hot tub. That's what he spent his Doge on. Another friend of mine spent his Doge on a Shiba Inu. And I can't tell which of those things was like the better buy. Probably the Shiba Inu though. It's pretty cute.
So it looked like I'm looking at the chart here, and I think the all-time high. I'm trying to do this on my phone was like 68 cents. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was either 68 or 69.
Wow.
Probably
That's crazy.
68.
And then like it was not even. It was like 0.003, like 0.003 in like November 2020. I'm trying to look here, and then it fucking just went fucking crazy, like ballistic.
Yeah,
So
January.
if you had a couple million Doge, like at one point you were a fucking millionaire. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
like that's crazy, and I don't think anybody expected that. Do you think it was because Elon was fucking around? Like, do you think he's the reason it pumped like that crazy? Because he all of a sudden.
Yeah, he contributed to it. It was kind of going crazy anyways, but then his tweets helped, and then there were a handful of other celebrities that kind of tweeted at the same time. Also, Dogecoin wasn't something that financial news people would ever say in their lives before that point, and all of a sudden, you can't read a newspaper or look at a news website without the word Dogecoin on there. Everyone knew what it was. Everyone was asking about it. Everyone was looking for it. And also, it's not a coin that's easy to buy. Like, it's not something that was like on Coinbase and you can just get. And so you have your mom is like poking you, like asking you how to buy it. And then you have to run through get them on a Coinbase and then through another exchange sometimes. Or, it's like a little hurdle to find it.
Yeah, I think I remember trying to buy it, and I bought a nice big chunk of it a long time ago, and I had it sitting on my ledger, I think. And then, yeah, I sold it like an idiot, and then I gave some away, and but yeah, you don't know what's gonna fucking blow up. And I wonder too, like I think around that same time was when TikTok started pumping coins and stuff. I don't know if that was related to didn't TikTok start pumping Doge also?
Yeah, so TikTok just really took off during the pandemic, and so you had a lot of people that it started really like November. People started getting back into crypto, and then between November and January, a lot of the crypto TikTok started.
So Doge was made by an Australian dude, wasn't it? Or was that a different currency?
You're thinking of Bitcoin Cash. You're thinking about that douchebag.
No, I'm not talking about Craig.
Oh my
I'm
God.
pretty sure. I thought the Doge was created by an Australian dude.
No, Doge was created by two dudes in San Francisco.
Oh.
Or I think that's where they both lived.
Isn't it built on like the Litecoin network?
It was either a port of Bitcoin or Litecoin, and I'm blanking on which one it was.
I think it's Litecoin.
So it's paired with Litecoin. Like, so when I don't even know how to explain how merge mining works. They're merge mined together.
Cool.
Oh, wait a minute. According to Google, Dogecoin was created by Billy Marcus from Portland, Oregon, and Jackson Palmer from Sydney, Australia.
Huh. Jackson Palmer? That sounds like a...
So Palmer lived in the Bay, though.
Right. So he was an Australian that lived in San Francisco.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, from what I knew, I thought he was like, because I'm looking at it now as well, it said Palmer co-created Dogecoin when he was 26 and lived in Sydney.
Oh, did he live there? Huh, crazy. I could just be totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with Dogecoin or anything, but I thought it would be, a good contribution to the community since Craig Wright coming to the scene as well.
You got to balance it out.
Right. I was going to say, does that balance it? I don't know if that balances it out. Does it?
Well, I don't know. Well, a lot of people like Doge.
That's true.
I know that
a lot of people hate Craig Wright.
I know that anyone that lives in any country can get sued by him other than Australians, because if he comes here at all, he gets arrested.
Craig Wright. It says this is a Cointelegraph article. I'm just reading right off Google, so I don't know. But anyway, before Palmer even responded, Marcus built Dogecoin in 3 hours by forking Lucky Coin, which is a fork of Bitcoin in its own right. Essentially, Marcus created Dogecoin by copying core chunks of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Lucky Coin source code and
Yeah.
changing it up. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was literally made as a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's what's cool
remember
about it.
I remember before I got on Twitter, this was 2017, early 2017. I was on Reddit, and I remember, now I of course didn't pick Dogecoin to purchase. I chose Garlic Coin, and that unfortunately never took off like
What'd you
Doge
choose?
did. But
Garlic coin.
I don't know, but I remember I downloaded the wallet. It was like, oh, we're gonna make Garlic Coin. This was like, yeah,
Why would you choose
and
garlic
So
coin,
when
bro?
I was running around looking for all my old Dogecoin because everyone was treasure hunting last year, I found Juggalo coin.
No way.
Yep.
Whoop whoop. Wait, is it woot woot or whoop whoop? I don't even know. Which
either
one?
one.
I don't
Either
know.
one.
Oh, is
Whoop,
either
whoop.
appropriate?
Whoop whoop.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember
It's whoop whoop.
Beats
Sorry,
made Confifi Coin. Remember when
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have
President?
that somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fun group, all of us crypto nerds, with our little hobby here that we are obsessed with. I don't know. I'm seeing that, like, the US government is like thinking about not taxing like every fucking um transaction, and they just mentioned like Bitcoin, but I wonder if it's going to be like all crypto transactions. Like, I think it was today I saw someone was tweeting about how basically they're saying if it's under 200K, it won't be like taxed like
Oh
as
my
capital
God.
gains. So
Finally.
yeah, that would be great because you
Hmm.
can't fucking. And then also they were saying how, like, anything that's staked is not considered fucking gains, which makes sense to me. Like, how can you tax me on unrealized gains? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the shit's staked.
I mean,
Like,
they can do whatever they want, probably,
well,
but
well,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, obviously they can do whatever they want, but I think they're realizing that they can't fucking tax us like coming and going. And you know, who can
They're
figure that shit out anyway? Like, come on. Every time okay, here's my question. I know no one fucking probably knows this. If I fucking purchase USDC, okay, and I buy USDC and then convert that back to, let's just say hypothetically, I just bought $10,000 worth of USDC and I had it sitting there for like a couple months and then I fucking cashed it back out. That is literally just like a one for one, like, like monetary value here. I can't imagine that I would get like taxed on the transaction when I cashed back into fiat from my 10,000 USDCs into the stable coin. But I don't know.
well, there's also no profit, right? So
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Unless if you
So I
cash
don't
it, like, unless if you liquidate, like, you don't, that's not a taxable event, is it? Like, if you just swap between tokens, that's not taxable.
Well,
It is if you make a profit.
Yeah.
so yeah, okay. So if you make a profit, but if I just exchange fucking Ethereum for fucking Gala, if it's just a one for one exchange, of equal value, there shouldn't be like a fucking transaction there. I mean, a taxable transaction. Like, I mean, and until the profit. It's just like, okay, so then the price of the Gala goes up and it's just sitting in your wallet. And then so the Gala was worth $10,000 and now it's worth fucking 50,000.
Right.
Just because the value has gone up. I guess in that scenario, you now owe taxes on the gains there. That's the question.
That's
Even if it's still sitting in the token, you know what I mean? Like, you have not cashed out back to fiat, but now the Gala is worth $50,000. You only paid 10 for it. I don't know. It's so fucking complicated.
I just let my tax software figure it out.
Yeah. So, Tamara and I were like trying to figure out, like, because we sold our house just recently, sold it like a couple weeks ago, and we were like, well, maybe we should try to move to like a more friendly, crypto friendly state. That's
Is that
not.
why you were at the Alamo?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. We're checking out Texas. We're looking at Texas, and then we probably will end up going back to Florida. Like, we're from Florida anyway, but I don't know. Now it's like maybe the whole fucking country is going to be a little bit easier. So I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
I hope so.
Just
Yeah.
Easy on what
It was
regard,
really
though?
sad because I had a lot of friends in New York that were really into crypto, and then trying to help them with any kind of crypto problem, they couldn't use half the exchanges. It was just super complicated because the crypto laws there were so strict.
Right.
And I was worried that other places would go down that path, but it seems like it's kind of relaxing a bit.
Well, you could just
Yeah,
use a VPN anyway, couldn't you?
What's that?
You could just use a VPN anyway, couldn't you, to be able to avoid like that you can't access it in a
No.
certain state.
KYC for most of these exchanges in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah, you have to give them your residential address, usually a driver's license. They'll do like some kind of software to make sure that the photo on there is a real photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to use like Coinbase and like Binance US and even
Yeah.
what's the other one? Is
Kraken.
it Kraken? Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to. You have to give them all your shit. Like, hold your
Yeah.
ID, take your picture. And there used to be, and that's really the only way to on ramp and off ramp crypto is for the US that I know of. And I guess a while back there was like a way. There was local Bitcoin. Did you ever
Yeah.
use that?
Yeah. Oh my God, I used to be a seller on there.
Yeah.
I felt like I was doing drug deals because I'd like go
Right.
to all these parking lots and meet up with random people to sell them crypto. Like I met up with a guy at a Boston market once because I wanted to time it to when I was eating lunch, and I was worried that he wouldn't show up. So I ate chicken while selling crypto. It was great.
Yeah, and you
But
used
because
to be able. It was like Craigslist of like crypto. You could literally meet someone in a parking lot and give them cash, or or accept cash in exchange for like sending them, Doge or Bitcoin or whatever the fuck.
yeah, so the funny thing about it, the people that I always encountered doing that, they were all really new to crypto. So I ended up having to like sit there for an hour doing crypto school and teaching them how it works.
And I think like the Feds kind of like put a. I don't even know if local Bitcoins is still even a thing.
That's
Is
there.
that? Is
Yeah.
that? Because I know that I know the one dude who was selling that fake fucking Bitcoin Topia land. That dude,
Huh.
remember Tamara? He
Yeah.
got busted like selling a shitload of Bitcoin. But I don't know how or why, but I think he admitted like that it was. He admitted to the dude, the federal agent who was buying it from him, that there was drugs involved at some point or something. I don't fucking know, but I don't think the Feds like local Bitcoin as much, but I guess it's still happening, so I don't know.
I think you have to upload your ID or something. There are a little bit more requirements to sell on there. I haven't sold on there in a really long time or bought on there in a long time, but yeah, it's not as anonymous now. But it's still shady.
But that's the only way to like in the US, like you pretty much have to KYC other than like
Yeah.
Bitcoin ATMs, but those are only like a few $100s before you have to, and I think you can even like KYC right there on the ATM.
Yeah, they scan your driver's license to withdraw.
Yeah. And those ATMs usually charge like a huge, like the exchange rate is like really bad compared to, so if Bitcoin's selling
Yeah.
at 38,000, you'll pay like fucking 42 or 45 or something.
Yeah. It's insane. Like I always wonder who is buying from those things. Are they buying drugs? Are they people hit by ransomware? Are they, just people don't know how else to buy it?
Yeah, that's
Like
a good
who's
question.
using those?
It
Because
could
they
be
all
an.
get
Go ahead.
They all get really good like foot traffic. Like if you talk to any of the people that the ATMs live at, like all the convenience stores or comic book stores or whatever, it's pretty nonstop on usage, which is really weird.
It could be like, obviously fucking crypto has or had, I don't really know anymore, but has a thriving like, used for drugs, let's just say.
Yeah.
And maybe it is people who were wanting to buy shit on
Silk Road.
yeah, that like don't want any sort of attachment to their identity. It could be that. It could be my theory is that it's just like fun. It's like impulse, and it's just like a novelty thing. Maybe it's like, oh, cool, look, I can go buy some Bitcoin right there, and oh, look, I have Bitcoin now, and
So
that's
I used to use those ATMs when they first started coming out, just to like kind of support, I don't know, the ecosystem. It was fun just trying them out and buying $5 of Bitcoin here and there.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, cool, I'm at a gas station and I'm gonna buy a Red Bull and like $50 worth of Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
God.
That just it makes your night way more exciting.
Totally.
What
I'm
was have you guys ever bought anything in real life with crypto? Like
yes.
paid for food?
Hold on.
Food.
No.
I've bought like a ledger. I paid for it with crypto. I'm trying to think. Like, I bought shit online.
Yeah, online's easy, but I feel
Right.
like you always see lots of hype around restaurants and just different places accepting crypto. I've done a lot of I'll go find those places and check it out and make that transaction happen. I get I'll go on side quests to just do that, but I don't think that's normal in the crypto community. But you guys have been around a really long time.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it the other day, like, and I was talking to Tamara about it today. It used to be like Bitcoin was like cost a lot more money to send, and I've noticed now, like when I send Bitcoin from somewhere like off Coinbase to my ledger, I'm only paying like 20 cents. But the problem with that is it still takes fucking forever for it to confirm. So I don't know that we're able to like use Bitcoin yet to purchase like a hamburger or something. But
I wouldn't want to. I mean,
yeah,
personally,
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to use my crypto to buy like food and everyday things. I don't know.
You see it more
That's
like a treasure chest,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
way I
you're
say it as well.
like a dragon hoard full of crypto.
Exactly.
I remember there was a
yeah.
jewelry store that I went into that was accepting Bitcoin and ETH, and I had some ETH at the time, but I think the transaction fee I thought it was unreasonable, which was probably only like $10 or $12 back then. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, fuck
That's
it.
pretty funny.
Now think of what you pay in gas.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it was just like $10 was like, fuck that. I'm not paying that sort of money. Yeah, I wish that it was $10.
And now you're like, whatever. I need that singing NFT.
Yeah, it's weird how, and this is sort of like, it's sort of like, what's the word I'm going to say? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's weird how we will spend like fucking thousands and thousands of dollars on these fucking NFTs, but like I cringe, spending like $80 at a restaurant today. We all went to eat at this like fucking seafood place here,
Well,
and it's
that
like a
wasn't worth
tourist
it.
shop. Yeah, and it was like $85, and I'm like, fucking $85 for that wasn't worth it. But no
It wasn't.
problem buying like $1,000 fucking furry NFT shoes. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's
Like,
because that meal is not going to one day possibly be worth more money or
right.
But
That's true.
people complain now though. Like if you're selling an NFT and it could be really good, and you're selling it for $50 on OpenSea, they're like, I'm not paying for something that's worth more in gas.
yeah.
Right.
Like you almost have to have like a ridiculously listed
Right.
fucking
I see what you're
NFT
saying.
to be able to sell it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. And
I'm
what's
surprised
like,
that the NFTs that weren't on Ethereum didn't take off more, because the gas for Ethereum NFTs is the deal breaker for me.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's gotten a little better. Like, I used to kind of fuck around with DeFi on Ethereum, and then I stopped doing it because it was crazy expensive. And then I started doing it on Binance Smart Chain, and then I stopped doing it there. And then since I got that Looks airdrop, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are doing this. You can stake your Looks right there on the Looks website. And it wasn't really that bad. Like to stake it, to approve the token and stake it, it was only like like it was under $100 to do the whole thing. But yes, you can, depending on what's happening, if like a project is being minted or something, like gas on Ethereum is ridiculous. And if you're trying to quickly just like FOMO into something and you're like, fuck it, I don't care. Yeah, you can pay like, 80, 100, $150 to fucking buy an NFT. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Well,
it's crazy.
I think the most I've paid in gas is around $500 USD.
That's
Mhm.
insane. That is
Yeah.
literally insane.
Yeah, we did that with the those Gala
I
Fox
think it was,
things.
yeah, that's
but
where I got burned on that.
yeah,
Mhm.
But then I sort of
But,
did
A lot
it
of people did.
because they gave me a ticket. So
yeah. Well, see, that happens though with these projects and shit, and they're trying to like figure out ways to get around these gas wars. But
Mhm.
like when you know so Pac just did a drop for he did something and he could pay with his Ash token. And like if you got a successful bid in, you would get one of his tokens, one of his NFTs. But the problem was like to initially get even like the first bid, the gas people were putting the gas up to like like fucking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just in gas. And I was watching people in the Discord and they're like, well, I just fucking wasted like $3,000 because it didn't go through, and trying to like place the bid. But it's when the minting happens, like the gas wars will like drive the fucking gas up like crazy high because everyone's competing to try to get their transaction to go through before there's only so many of the tokens that can be minted. So everyone's like fighting to get their fucking Ethereum transaction to go through. So they're pumping the gas like way fucking high. And
Yeah, I've been staying up till like after midnight, and if there's anything I want to buy, it happens then because
yeah,
there's less competition.
there's a little extension I use on the Chrome browser that tells me like what the gas price is. It's just like a little, really small, lightweight little Ethereum gas price is, I think, what it's called. But it's on, and it will show me like right now we're at 84.4 Gwei. So now is probably a decent. No, it just jumped up to 128. Okay. And that's the thing, like, so, okay, and sometimes, like, I'm like, I wanna okay, so Tamara and I, at first, we shared a Ethereum wallet. I created, like, the Euclid Notes, like, NFT, for OpenSea,
Mhm.
and, so we have, like, a bunch of NFTs that are, like, kinda shared, and now she's got her own wallet and stuff, and she's like, "Yo, send me those fucking NFTs, dog," and I'm like, I mean,
It's
I'm
like
like,
$20 each to send them.
yeah,
Yeah.
to send them. And so it was more like 40 or 50 not that long ago, but gas has gotten a little better. So
Yeah.
I'm slowly sending them to her. But yeah, it's fucking 20, 30, $40 just to send fucking NFT from one wallet to the other.
I am also holding on to other people's NFTs in my wallet for the same reason.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess, the ETH 2.0 is supposed to fix that, but who knows when that's going to happen.
yeah,
And
never.
yeah,
Never.
That won't happen.
I don't know.
Vitalik's not smart anymore, Like he
He's
had
not.
He's a bored
How
ape
did he lose
now.
his smarts?
Hey?
How did he lose his smarts?
Well, when you've been banging on about something for like how many years has it been now? Like there's
I think it's honestly a hard problem to solve. He's doing something that hasn't really been done before.
yeah.
Right.
And he has to get it right. Like there's so much at stake if if it gets fucked up.
I think there's a
What
really
was-
smart dude. You probably heard of him. His name's Charles Hoskinson. If he
Yeah,
hired him,
I've
he'd
heard of
probably
him.
be able to make some progress, I reckon.
Well, how did his fucking shit go? Like, didn't he just recently launch the ability to do like smart contracts and shit? And is it a thing or what?
I'm not too sure, man. I honestly, like, for the last 12 months, I've just stepped away from it completely. And I'm not keeping up to date with anything other than Gala.
Wow.
So,
Well, I will say this about Charles Hoskinson is he is an extremely handsome looking fellow.
yeah, he got rated top 10 best looking guys in crypto, didn't he?
Yeah,
Not that you,
Did he?
extremely handsome.
I'm making
I
it
don't
up.
know. Yeah, I think so. Well, if for anyone who doesn't get what the joke is, he and I are like doppelgangers, so I'm kind of trying to. But who was the fucking guy who was like, let's roll it back? This was like a couple years ago. Was that
What
that
do you
wasn't
mean? Roll
CZ.
what
It was
back?
like there was like a problem and with like the network or something um and they were like, let's roll it back. Like that was Binance. I mean that was fucking
That was CZ.
was that CZ who was like, let's roll it, like an option would be to roll it back, like
Yeah, they got
revert.
hacked. I'm pretty sure Binance got hacked. And then he started
Yeah.
talking about rolling it back because he lost a lot of money. And then the
Yeah.
community got enraged about it and said, no
Right.
fucking way. Like, if you can do that, like, the token's not worth anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they just had to take it on the head.
Okay, I misspoke earlier. Craig Wright is not Bcash. He is
He's,
what's that other garbage?
isn't it
BSV?
Satoshi's vision?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
B.
that shit, that trash. Who's
I mean,
that?
they're both trash. It's fine.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, interchangeable.
Who's Bcash? That's Ver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger
Right.
Ver.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so CZ was like, we just roll this shit back, and everybody's like, fuck no, you can't, motherfucker. You can't do that.
No take backsies.
Yeah. So so Coinbase. I like Coinbase. Coinbase gets a lot of hate, but I've had really good luck with Coinbase. And a while back, you could I saw on here where you can stake your Ethereum and you can convert it to F 2.0 and stake it, but it's like locked, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about doing that too. I haven't pulled the trigger on it.
I did that, and I'm glad I did it because, like I said earlier, like I can't not spend my Ethereum. Like I just it's just like I just spend it as soon as I get it. But I went ahead and locked. The other day I went ahead and did like a whole one ETH, and I locked it in there. But now I'm like, that motherfucker, and it's like you can't fucking touch it on Coinbase until F 2.0 is tradable. So
Yeah.
now I'm like, what if that motherfucker never comes out with F 2.0 and my shit's just sitting there? you know?
Rug.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But-
You probably spent that on stupider shit.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, for certain.
How many seafood dinners is that, really?
Yeah.
a fuck ton?
But it's earning. I'm getting 4.5% interest on that ETH, so that's way better than a fucking bank. So, let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I'm earning 4.5% APR because I have it as Ethereum 2, and it's like staked on there. So,
I should do that. Like it now that we're in a bear market, it makes sense to do that, I think.
Yuki,
And-
what is the dumbest thing you've ever bought?
what do you mean, NFT wise?
No, in general.
No, just period.
I bought a lot of dumb shit. I want to. Okay, I'll tell you guys the stupidest NFT I bought. Hold on, I gotta
okay.
go find it. Okay,
I'll tell
so
you.
do you guys remember?
Yeah, go on. I
What?
thought you were going to pause and look at something. I was going to say what my stupidest shit was I brought.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I want to hear.
The stupidest shit I brought was BCN, which was Bytecoin. It used to be a pink
Right.
token. Did you ever come across that? They were the first ones to
Oh,
do
yeah.
like their privacy coins.
Mhm.
So I think it's Monero and all that sort of stuff. They used all the code from BCN, but it sort of just died in the ass. And then the next one that I was into was Tron, and
Oh wow.
yeah, then I realized that Justin's son's a douchebag. So I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the two worst ones I've ever held.
Yeah, everyone hates Tron and everyone hates Ripple. I'll tell you one that I'm like kind of bummed I didn't fuck with because it really fucking blew up was Hex, the Richard Hart thing. Like he was like, and a lot of the, he's got that whole like cult following, Hexicans and shit. But I
Yeah,
know a
that
lot
Hex
of
was kind of scammy, wasn't it?
yeah, that's what I thought
That's what
too. But
everyone was saying.
it's still fucking going, and there's motherfuckers who are rich from it. But his thing is you could like stake it for like 20 years or some shit, and a lot of people
Right.
are doing that, and that's kind of ridiculous. Like, come on, you know.
Well,
It
he
was
built
kind of
the.
funny, like seeing what coins are still big after 4 years, like which
Yeah.
which
Right.
ones made it and which ones didn't. Because I don't know, I bought a lot of like Power Coin and Black Coin, I think, because those are really hot like 3 or 4 years ago, and they're super dead. But then the stuff that did end up taking off was like Doge. Who would have known?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's weird how some stuff just
Well, they all used to talk about Monero, and like that's pretty much a dead token now.
It still has a community.
Is it big though, like it used to be?
I don't know. I'm not that tied into it. I know people that are really into it. They still seem very into it.
Because I'm pretty sure they were the first ones to get banned, like as far as government and stuff. They hated the fact of having the privacy coins.
Yeah, I think you still can get it. It's not like banned everywhere. It's just on less exchanges now.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people kept it just as a, if ever, I don't know. It's important to have privacy tokens, even if they're not on exchanges.
So the dumbest thing I just bought, and it was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was on the computer, and do you guys remember this? Just recently happened. This dude got called out by the crypto Twitter community called Beanie.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
was
really
like,
No.
say much
yeah,
of that.
he got like called out for like scamming all these people, and then he was like threatening this dude, and this guy like let the cat out of the bag of like all this shit and like showed all these screenshots, and this Beanie guy was like turns out to be like this long time scammer, and there's this huge thread, and this account was like doing really a good job of like detailing like all this like evidence of where this guy has been just involved with all this scammy shit. Okay, so this dude on crypto Twitter starts minting these crypto bunks, and it's this dude's face, but like he put like punk stuff, and I'm gonna copy it and post it in the Discord so you can see. Let me see. I'll put it in the Gab channel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me post it here. So this was the dumbest thing I bought, and this is that guy's face with like, and the person like made them into like punks, right?
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
guys see that?
Oh,
Yep.
that's I
Really,
don't like
really,
that.
really
That's
stupid.
that makes me sick a little bit.
Yeah. So like, it's funny though. The one I bought, so he was like minting them, and as he would mint them, like I would see they would instantly get sold, right? So like people would
Ew.
scoop them up. Yeah. I think it's funny. But I'm like, oh shit, these are gonna blow up because they're so funny, you know what I mean? And then of course they didn't do shit. But I only paid like $50. But gas was like probably 80, so I probably paid like $150 for that first one up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right. But the dude he minted a bunch of these things, like he just was like churning them out, and people were buying them. So 1 point, oh, that's horrible. He only did 1.3 ETH trade volume. Okay, so that didn't go anywhere. But
How many did you buy?
oh, I just bought one.
Oh, okay.
You're like, he made 1.3 ETH all from Euclid.
Yeah, I totally bankrolled his fucking. But I'm trying to think like what else dumb have I purchased?
I feel like all my stupid shit is stuff like SOS tokens, where you spend way too much on gas for an airdrop that's just not really worth it.
Okay.
But I just, you just FOMO in because everyone else is doing it.
I did the SOS, but I got a pretty decent amount, and I'm let me go pull up my.
I didn't sell any. Like, it was kind of too late, I think, at that point.
There was a little while there where there was some really good airdrops. So the looks rare one was really good. The SOS is pretty good. Like my bag of that is doing okay. But here's a dumb one that I did. The what the fuck token. So it's like, you guys even know what that is?
No.
Okay, so
Nope.
it's like, yeah, I paid probably about $150 in gas, and the shit that I got's worth $18. So that was like not good. But it was right around the same time, and fees.wtf, that's what it is. And let me go to the website. But then, okay, so when they launched or whatever, they airdropped everyone, and it was based on the amount of gas that you spent. And if you claimed these tokens, you could also claim an NFT, and it would like screen cap show you what like you spent. And but like right away the project got hacked. Like the liquidity pool got like drained, so it kind of fucked that project up, and I think it's now kind of gone by the wayside. But
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as a really dumb purchase if it gets hacked in the middle of it.
yeah, and it was like, God, gas is cheap right now, 77.
You're just gonna be like buying
He's
NFTs all
drooling.
year, being the.
He's like, what can I buy?
I have no Ethereum. I just spent the last bit that I had on something. Pranksy tweeted about these fucking skulls, and they were like, he was like, 2 hours till art reveal. This is going to be badass. And I FOMO'd and bought one, but I think I only paid like $800. And I'm curious to see if mine ever revealed. Let's see. If it revealed, I'll post it. Pranksy, let me go look. The artist is like, let's see. All right, hold on. There it is. There they are. Sacred Skulls. And they were not revealed yet. And let me see if mine revealed. Because I like the whole rarity thing. Because, you might get a rare one.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
I really like the rarity thing. I keep buying bird NFTs, but the cool thing is they usually start off as eggs and then they hatch. And that motif is, I don't know, it makes it extra fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is this one mine? Is this the fucking thing? Hold
What are
on.
you talking about?
So it wasn't revealed, and now mine is revealed.
Ooh,
And it's
what'd you
actually
get?
kind of cool. Let me post this. I like it. Here we go. And boom.
Oh.
That's what I got.
So it's a skull with like these butterflies around as a crown and a arrow coming in through the eyeball, above the eyeball.
What does that say? What is that like tattoo? Mining. What does that say?
Oh, jeez.
Paradise. On the
Paradise.
chin. But then on the upper lip is something is written there.
Morning in the cosmos? Mining in the cosmos?
Maybe mining in the cosmos.
This skull has so much going on. Like, it's got like this blinged out tooth. It's got like a angel or butterfly nose ring. There's more to it than initially when you see it.
So I just paid 0.25 ETH for it. And I paid $100 in gas. So I have $770 invested in this thing. Okay. And they're pretty cool. I'm looking at all the other revealed ones. They're pretty neat. But let's see if I'm already upside down.
So do you buy NFTs? Do you buy them really thinking that you're going to make money off of them and flipping them later? Like, what's your primary motivation with that?
Lately, it is. It's the gamble. It's the like thrill of like, ooh, is this going to be, is this going to be something that I can flip later?
Mhm.
I've been really, really, really wanting to just like fucking flip an NFT, and I can't do it. I always buy them and they fucking go down.
Yeah.
So this is totally just a speculation. Like, I want to just flip this. Like, it's unrevealed, and I think it's going to be worth more than what I paid, but I don't think I did good in this scenario. I think the floor is 0.175, so no, I didn't do good. Unless
What
mine's rare or something. I don't fucking know.
We'll put it in the rarity thingy.
I don't know if it's on rarity tools. I can go look.
So besides the artwork, what do you look at when picking which ones to actually buy to
If
flip?
Snoop Dogg has looked at them.
Yes. Yes. If Cosmo,
Oh my god.
if Cosmo Medici's if it's in Cosmo Medici's wallet, I bought that. I'll buy that shit.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Told
Lately,
you.
I just, it's the thrill of buying something. I have like
Yeah.
that thing, like just buying something. I literally get a little bit of a high from purchasing.
Do you do
Yeah.
the retail therapy thing in real life or no?
Yes, I like to go shopping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I don't drink or take drugs, so sue me, okay?
No, I've been trying to spend the last year trying to figure out like the motivations behind who's buying the NFTs, and a lot of people have basically said that it's a small cluster of people doing most of the transactions, all of the trading and a lot of the buying. It's not really like every mainstream person out there now has an NFT. It's everyone's talking about it, but for the people that own the NFTs, it's actually kind of a small group of people.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's fucking fun. It's like magic. It's like, like magic internet money. It's not real. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Even though it is real and I could convert it to actual money that could pay bills and buy things, when I'm just throwing down $800 like it's nothing. I mean, $800 is a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I need to stop. Like, I don't know.
I mean, why buy a real house when you can buy a virtual house?
Well, you can't live in a virtual house, yeah. But I'm not stupid. Like, we're not spending all of our money on fucking crypto. And I mean, we have like our moon bags and everything, but
Yeah.
we're not retarded. Like, we're saving. We're hoping that the fucking housing market crashes. Actually, we're gonna try to ride for a little while and do some traveling and
Yeah.
and hope the fucking Bitcoin. We're hoping that crypto fucking moons and the housing market crashes. That's what we're hoping for.
Me too.
A lot of people, yeah, a lot of people are. Yeah,
I don't think you can be in crypto this long and not be somewhat responsible. I feel like everybody that has been into it this long is team. You don't spend more than you can afford. Like nobody's fucking taking out loans to buy crypto or anything. Out of like our friend group.
Yeah, so
You
I don't
said
know.
that,
It's just
Yuki, like you were.
yeah.
I don't know if I was
Yeah.
inherited like $1 million from like a rich uncle or something,
Yeah.
and I was renting a property, I think I'd still put that money into NFTs over buying a house.
Yeah.
That's just me
If
personally.
you had a
though.
house. Yeah.
If I was
Right,
just
yeah.
renting out a house.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of zoning out when you guys were talking, and I said yeah, and I didn't really hear what you said. So whatever I just agreed to, or whatever, I don't know.
He said he'd rather buy an NFT than buy a house right now.
Yeah, no, I would. I think having, I don't know. It's hard for Tamara and I because we have the luxury of being able to live wherever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like our kid is homeschooled and we don't have like a typical 9 to 5. Like we're we kind of make our own way.
Yeah.
So we have the luxury of literally living any fucking where we want, but it's also a little bit of a curse because it's like, where the fuck do we live? Like, where do we go? What? And you always are like, and I have a problem. Like, my brain's a little fucked, so I kind of like, um, I'm always like, well, maybe this other place is better, like, and I don't like to be in one place, so I don't really want to just buy a house and be stuck there. And like, what if I get in there, buy a house, everything's great, and then all of a sudden there's just something that really bothers me, like, something that's annoying, and I don't know. I'm
That,
like at the yeah
that's pretty much why I don't have one.
yeah
Like, what if I don't want to stay here? But then I stayed here anyways. So, oops.
right right.
My thing
So
is
and it,
sell it or rent it.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
kind of hopefully the plan. We're gonna try to buy, and Tamara keeps reminding me, like, whatever we do end up buying, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be our permanent forever place. Like, we can, hopefully we buy something that's in a good market, and we can just stay there for a little while, and then hopefully sell it, or you know, we've done pretty well in the real estate game so far. We've always been really lucky in that regard. Like, we find areas that people seem to like when we buy them. It's not that popular, but then they just fucking get really popular, and the value of our property or house goes up. So we do good in that regard.
So confused that if you don't want a house, why you didn't just keep an RV and use it.
Me?
It's
Yeah.
tiny though.
Why didn't I keep an RV?
Well, if you, I'm like, it's like a little turtle shell thing, and
Because RVs are fucking miserable, and if anyone ever says they're thinking about getting an RV,
oh
I
my
will
god,
tell them
how
don't
long
get
did
a
it take
fucking
for you
RV.
to find that out? Like
I had to
how long did after like buying the RV did you find out that it was miserable?
from the fucking second I drove it off the lot, I was like, I made a fucking mistake. I literally was like, oh
Really?
fuck, what did I do? And then I kept trying to talk myself into like, okay, this is going to be good. It's not. RVs are shit, and it's a bad idea. That's it. Now that being said, you can have fun with RVs and stuff, but like they're just so high. It's so much maintenance and stuff. And I bought one of those kind that you can drive, and um like okay, the thing with an RV is all those RV places that you have to find to park in to plug into are shit. They're horrible. They they fucking put you in between, like, everyone's crammed together. The reason
Right.
I got it here's the okay. The reason I bought an RV is to get the
Oh, here he
fuck away
goes.
from people. I bought an RV to get the fuck away from people. Okay?
Mm.
Now, all these fucking these stupid RV places, you are fucking crammed in between people, okay? Annoying people. RV people are fucking annoying, okay?
What people were you trying to get away from?
All people. I don't like people. I don't want to be
Were
around
there
people.
people? Okay.
I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about my family. Is that what you're trying to like?
No, I'm like, where were the people at that were harassing you that you needed to get away from?
I don't know that they're harassing him. I think they were just near him.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the point about like an RV is this big fucking dumb. You're driving around your house like a house. You're driving
Uh-huh.
it around. You can't explore like cities and stuff and places.
Yeah.
They're difficult to maneuver. You have to find like a place to fucking park the stupid thing. They're not really designed to just be like, like just go drive around and explore and just stop wherever. It's like a whole planning thing. And yes, they do
Oh,
make like, go ahead.
what about the tunnels you can't go under sometimes?
Yeah, it's just a whole thing, and obviously there are like you can do there is fun like RV. I could see where it's fun, but just generally it's not. And they just start breaking as soon as you buy them. They just start falling apart, and yeah, it's it's not as fun as you think, guys. It's not as fun as you think. But I still like I think if I ever was going to do it again, if I like someone's like you have to fucking do the RV thing, I would go with one of those like small van things, but
Mm.
those are crazy
I don't
expensive.
But they don't even have bathrooms.
They do. They have bathrooms, but I mean, I'm a big guy, so it'd be tough. But
Did you ever think of putting some like flower decals on the side or anything? Because that generally helps with RVs.
right. Well, yeah, like make them look cool. Yeah, sure, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
be more
I don't think.
Giant Bitcoin logo.
be hippie
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. But I don't know. I think what
You,
we figured out the way to do it is just
Mhm.
the amount of money you spend on gas because they get horrible gas mileage. These
Mm.
drive the kind you drive.
well, you didn't even touch on the breaking down thing, and
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
if you break down an RV, you are fucked, right? Because you cannot okay, first of all, I had to like I could change a tire on my RV, but the typical person cannot. It is not easy to change a fucking tire on one of these Class C RVs. And forget about like one of the big ones like the motorhomes. You can't. You just cannot. But so if you get a flat tire or something, you're fucked. And then if you broke down, you're completely fucked, right? Because here's what we learned. They will tow your RV to a fucking nearest RV like repair place, but they will not be responsible for getting you off the side
Yeah,
of the road. It
right.
Oh,
literally so we broke down, right, in the RV that we bought on the side of the road, and I have this fucking Good Sam's fucking RV breakdown shit.
Mhm.
And we waited on the side of the road for 6 fucking hours on the
It was
side of
like
the road,
3 a.m. before someone came,
because we
but
were
we
like
were
kinda
lucky to get him.
so we're on the side of the road, fucking semi trucks are screaming by, "Foom, shoom, fume," like the whole RV's fucking rocking, and I'm like, well, at least we're in a fucking RV. But anyway, sitting on the side of the road, and finally some guy was able to come out, and he was like, they said, okay, well, we're gonna tow your RV to the nearest like repair place, but we can't, like, we don't know how the fuck you're getting, like, so they
Yeah,
literally, so the cab driver, I mean the tow truck driver, like, legally doesn't have to like let you ride in the front of the tow truck. Now if you're in a Class C RV and you're not towing another vehicle, what the fuck do you do if there's no fucking Uber or fucking cab or anything? So I'm like, well, you're gonna have to like let us ride up front, and we all crammed up to the front of his tow truck thing as
oh
he's
wow.
towing our RV, and so
he was nice.
they're supposed to tow it to like an RV repair place, which could literally be like 100 miles away, and then they like get you they help get you like a fucking hotel. Okay. Well, I was like, you know what? Just tow me to the fucking Walmart parking lot and we'll fucking stay in the RV until we figure out what the fuck's wrong with it. And luckily, the guy who towed us was able to repair it. It was just a blown spark plug, and he was able to repair it in the Walmart parking lot that following morning, which was totally fucking lucky. Because if it was something that he couldn't fix, what the fuck would we have done? They would have towed it to some like, and okay, and by the way, nobody can work on these fucking things right now. No one can work on a fucking RV, okay? They are backlogged. So the guy who bought my RV, he wanted to get it checked out by a mechanic. And I was like, sure,
Mhm.
dude, if you can find someone who will, I'll drive it to a mechanic. As long as you pay to have it checked out, I'll do this. They're fucking backlogged for like 6 or 7 months. Okay,
Wow.
no one can fucking work on an RV. And the weird thing about like these Class C RVs is they're built on like they're like Ford vans. So like they're this weird hybrid, okay? So like typical RV places can't do like mechanical shit. So if something mechanically breaks down, um a typical RV place, like they can't balance the fucking tires, for example. Okay, so you have to find like a Ford dealership or a Ford, mechanic that also works on RVs, and most of them don't. So it's like these things you pretty much have to be able to take. And I replaced the air conditioner blower motor myself because it went out. I did all the shit. I fixed everything on it. that went wrong, and the tires needed to be balanced. We bought a used one, and it had like because I wasn't trying to spend like fucking 70, 80 grand on an RV. I wanted to spend like around 40 grand. So that's what we did. We bought a used one. And my point is this: you have to buy these things brand fucking new, and you use them for a couple years, and then you just sell them because they will start breaking, and if they break, you're fucked. So I'm not a big pro RV guy. Let's just say that.
There does seem a lot more problems with it than I don't know. You just think about like, gives you the freedom to go to these national parks and stuff, but you don't think about what would happen if you got stuck in one.
Yeah, and it's like you can go to the big national parks and things, and that's cool. And my thing was like I was gonna go to like some of the cool parks like out in California. Like I saw Tom Green, he was like out doing that shit, and he was like
Mhm.
he was not hooking up to he was doing the off-grid sort of boondocking thing.
Yeah.
And I did that for a little while, but you end up staying in fucking Walmart parking lots. I mean, that's literally what you do.
Well,
You end up,
on,
and yeah,
honestly, we rented RVs a few times for festivals, and we ended up in a lot of Walmart parking lots when we're not at the festival.
yeah, it's that or fucking pay like, $70, $80 to stay in an RV thing overnight, and you're slam up next to a bunch of other annoying people, and
Yeah, but
I don't know.
usually then you're at least at the nature places, versus like what just walking around in Walmart.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
find like the state parks and things. A lot of them have like Smoky Mountain State Park has a lot. There's a lot of RV, places. So you could technically go drive around and hit all these cool parks and stay in your RV in the fucking park,
Yeah.
Mm.
and, and then just walk and stuff. And I did a little bit of that. That was fun. But yeah, just overall, it wasn't. It's not. You want like a lot of space in the thing, but then you don't want something so big that you can't drive it around easily. And yeah, forget about the gas mileage. It was really bad. And yeah, if it breaks down, you're fucked. So I don't know. The little van ones seem kind of cool because those are like becoming really popular, and they're making some really cool ones now, and they do cram like everything into them, like bathrooms and everything. Maybe something like that would be cool because they have like generators, and they're starting to put solar on there, and so you could, kind of like off grid, just sort of go check out the cool stuff, and then still have like a bed and a bathroom and like a little fridge, basically, and air
I'm just
conditioning.
I'm just
Yeah.
lazy. I just fly everywhere.
But what we figured out, what Tamara and I have come to the conclusion is just fucking drive your car
Mhm.
and stay at hotels and shit and VRBOs, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
We're just
that
traveling.
seems like so much easier.
Yeah. It ends up being the same amount of money, really, and um, you're not in a fucking RV. That's it. That's the pro.
Well, Gala the Gal said, do you guys have a bedroom in the RV or is it just like a caravan? But I'm pretty sure a caravan has a bed as well.
It had like a little separate. So like ours was like, it had like a little separate bed area, like in the back, like a queen size bed, and with like a curtain, so you can kind of have a little privacy. And the bathroom was like right next to it, and
A
then
little
on the
privacy
on the
curtain.
front on the front was like another like little bed area like over the cab of the thing, and then so yeah, there is kind of like little separate little areas, but
Is there any way of
it's
having
too
privacy from the person that's in the overhead cab and then the person that's at the
Ah.
back is generally where they sleep, isn't it? Can you hear everything
yes,
or?
yeah,
Oh,
no,
no,
there's
you
no
can hear
Curtain.
everything. It's
privacy.
like one room. It's like the privacy is
Yeah,
a curtain. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
like
there's
if you're
no
changing back there, sure, but you can't change back there unless you're like kneeling on the bed. I mean, it's not like standing room. It's like the curtain kind of goes just around the bed.
Oh,
So,
so it's like a
yeah,
curtain, not
it's
an actual door.
huh?
It's a curtain, not a door that separates you from everyone else.
Correct.
Ah,
Yeah, on the big ones though, they do have ones with doors, but
well, I
it's
think
still you can hear everything in there. Like like an RV is like thin walls. So
the problem here isn't actually the RV. It's just that you weren't willing to fork out like a couple $100,000 for an RV.
Right.
or earplugs.
No, the thing about like a couple $100,000 RV is you're getting into like a large motorhome, and those
Mhm.
fucking things are like really okay. So think about like just getting gas, right? Just the simple act of getting gas. Okay, here's the other problem. Okay, with a big motorhome and even a smaller Class C RV that like we had. Once you arrive to your destination and you get set up, you are stuck there. Okay? You can't fucking go to the grocery store or something unless you tow a vehicle. And at that point, you're fucking driving this fucking 40-foot fucking motorhome and you're towing a car. Forget about gas mileage.
Mm.
Forget about like maneuvering in and out and easily getting gas and shit. Like, I don't know, like it just becomes like it's just dumb at this point. You're just like driving your house around in your fucking car and you're towing your
Yeah,
car. It's just dumb
basically.
at that point.
It's like
And
house moving castle. Yeah. And
right.
everything in your house is moving.
Yeah, it all yeah. It's just not it's I don't know. And I mean it's one of those things you just have to do it and experience it and be like, "Okay, this is fun," or "Oh, this just isn't my thing."
I
But
refuse to drive them. They're too big and scary.
yeah, they're fucking like the Class C that I had was like it's crazy, man. And like
Yeah, but people
I'm
stay out of your way when you're driving one of those. They're like, "Oh, this person."
yeah, kind of, but some you've
I
ever driven
wouldn't
through like a
trust that.
city with like you ever driven through a city or like or even like the outskirts in the when there's like construction and shit and they've got this like little narrow fucking
Yeah.
concrete blockers on either side and there's fucking semi trucks and shit. It's crazy.
It's
Like
also,
yeah.
what do you do if you get to an area and then you realize you can't go through, but there's no room to turn around? It's
You
yeah.
have to plan your fucking if you're in a big RV, you have to plan, like, your routes and shit, that's a real thing, because
Mhm.
you could go and you can't just follow your GPS either, by the way, because your GPS like, your phone will take you the most, like, efficient short route, well, it's not taking into consideration that you're in a fucking RV and that you can't easily fucking turn around or, or maybe there's these, like, windy roads and shit,
Or
and
a small overpass thing or underpass
yeah.
or whatever the hell it
Yeah.
is.
Anyway, I'm done talking about RVs.
Uh,
I'm glad,
I
glad you
thought it
got
was
the venting out.
yeah, I thought it was just the beginning of the conversation, but the Elon Musk Tesla RVs look pretty good, and then you don't have to worry about gas prices.
Are there Tesla
Those
RVs? I haven't seen
no,
those.
no, no. There's a pop-up contraption you can get for for the Cybertruck, both of which are not launched yet. There's only like drawings of it,
But wasn't he talking
Drawings.
about wasn't he
kind
talking
of
about
like
doing an RV?
animations.
What?
I thought he was talking about doing like an RV or having the capability of like those Tesla trucks to be able to
So
turn the
the
back into an RV.
so the
Uh,
Cybertruck, there's people designing third-party kind of RV solutions for them, but the Cybertruck itself is not an RV.
I
let
mean an
me
actual
point.
truck, like the ones that he was going to do,
Is
not
there
the
another
Uh,
one?
not the
like a
Cybertruck.
semi truck, a
Yeah,
semi truck.
they had
Yeah,
like a semi truck. They were saying that you
Yeah,
might
but
be
we
able.
wouldn't. That's not for people. That's for like companies.
But you could, if you're rich enough, you could still turn the back into a recreation area.
Because that's what I want to take when I go to the Grand Canyon. Semi truck.
right.
Why not?
I'm looking for. I just searched for Tesla RV, and I see some kind of like looking shit. I see what you're talking about, Penguin. You know the thing
Yeah,
that goes in the back of the Cybertruck. That's not an RV. That's just like a pop up tent thing.
they're cool though. There are bathrooms in that thing. I looked at it pretty hard, but yeah,
Yeah, and
I don't know.
that's just like van life though. At that point, you're
Yeah,
just like living in kind of like a van thing, and like the thing I was trying to do is I was trying like with our RV was like I wanted like a real fucking kitchen, a real bathroom, and a real bed. And when you get
yeah,
into that, having that shit, you're driving a big fucking RV, and if
yeah.
anything goes wrong with it, you're kind of fucked, and you can't maneuver around. You can't, Um, last thing about an RV that I'm
I thought
done.
you were done. I mean, God.
The fucking air conditioner in a fucking RV is fucking loud, okay? So it's
Yeah.
not like you're just chilling. At home, you've got central heat and air. You can't really hear your air conditioner. In a
Right.
fucking
You know
RV,
what the
it's
problem
what?
is about an RV? There's certain people that they're like that have issues with all kinds of things. And
Yes, and
that's
that's
the
me.
problem with an
Yes.
RV.
Yeah. If it's not fucking perfect, I have a problem with it. If there's any sort of little like glitch at all, my brain will fucking focus on it. So it doesn't matter if it's an RV or the house I'm living in or the fucking restaurant I'm in. It's literally if it's not absolutely fucking perfect, then I have a problem and I'm unhappy and uncomfortable. And
Are you a
yeah.
fan of ticking clocks?
I like a ticking clock. I like we have a little mini grandfather clock, and I really like that sound.
You might be one of the only people that have ever said that.
Really?
You're
You don't
rare,
like
man.
the sound of it?
Turn
You don't
yourself
like
into
the
an
sound of a
NFT.
tick?
No,
I think I
hate the
kind of
sound.
like that sound.
Fucking
It sounds like old timey and soothing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a metronome.
What, where you hear it tick every single second?
I mean, I've
Yeah.
never owned one and lived with one, but when I've been around them, they've been fine.
I like
I
that.
hate
Yeah, I
them.
like that sound.
I kind of tune them out after, like, you walk into the room, like, oh, there's a grandfather clock there, and then you just ignore it.
Yeah.
We should really talk about the shittest tweet of the day that we've seen today as well, and it was in regards to keeping the skin on a potato for mashed potato.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Wait,
I
what
knew
are you
were
talking
gonna bring it up
about?
too. Okay, and it wasn't even mine. I was talking about, by the way, I was at the restaurant that we spent the $80. The mashed potatoes have skins, and those are like the best mashed potatoes to me. I mean, I like the other kind too, but the pureed shit is just totally different. So, and I feel like why do people
It's not mashed,
do
it's
that?
not
'Cause the
mashed
skin.
potato if there's skin in it. That's
I mean, you
disgusting.
can call it whatever you want. I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying I mean, the restaurant itself, you can take that up with the restaurant. That's what it called it on the
Well, we're
menu.
really gonna have.
So when I
Euclid's-
make them, I usually leave the skin on because I'm lazy, but
I like the skin
if
because it's the most nutritious part,
it
and
is, yeah.
it's just so, and also, yes, you don't have to fucking take the skin off. I mean, who wants to peel a motherfucking potato? Like,
Well,
that's
it's not like
shit
it's
work.
Yeah.
difficult to do though.
What?
It's not like it's difficult to watch your wife peel potatoes.
Right, I don't have a wife, so I don't get to watch my wife peel potatoes.
Wait, isn't that
and
what kids are for? I thought kids were for
Right.
potato peeling. Humans have small ones. I think the smaller they are, the more potatoes they can peel.
I mean, I feel like apparently that is a wife and kid's job. So I'm not sure. Does the wife do that first if the kid is a boy, or does all kids, do all
All
kids
kids.
have to?
It has
Okay.
to be a
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. It's like potato penance.
You can't have your son peeling potatoes. That's just wrong.
I knew the Australian would say something about that, or the man.
I like skin in mashed potatoes. I think it adds an extra flavor.
Yeah, I think it's
Myself.
kind of like a Southern American
It
thing,
is.
but Ping
Yeah.
Ping says she does it too. So I mean,
Well, so if you're gonna make them really creamy, you're supposed to run it through a ricer. That's like 2 extra
Mhm.
steps that I don't want to do.
yeah, I don't care for them like that either. Like
Okay,
that's just not my
so
favorite way. So
It's like an
This-
I feel
aesthetics
like
thing.
and I feel like that shouldn't be called mashed potatoes. That should be called pureed potatoes, like baby fucking food,
Well, I
pretty
think
much.
I think you
Mashed
wives.
potatoes, like you take something and mash it, and it's still kind of lumpy sometimes.
Oh,
That's
so
the
one
point.
time, so for Christmas, I was trying to impress people, and I was going to take all the peels off the potatoes and make really good mashed potatoes. So I was trying to save time, and I threw it all in my stand mixer, and I put it on high and mixed it a bunch. I made glue. I had to throw it all out because I
Yeah.
basically turned it into potato glue.
Yeah, exactly. If you overwork it, you make fucking starchy glue. It's just ew.
Yeah.
Gala The Gal said, kid won't even buy me
yeah.
a peeler. And
That's
you
what
know,
she literally said. You won't even let her.
Well, what do you
okay,
got? What do you got fingernails
I
for?
thought,
You just don't use them for
What?
anything else anymore. You have fingernails. You don't need a peeler.
why doesn't she go buy her own peeler? Because, like,
Because he's dropping all his money on apes.
Well, that
Yeah.
that would cut into her allowance. So
Oh my god.
what? Does she get like an NFT allowance, or is it just like an in real life allowance?
no, we have like a shared wallet. But if it's ever divorced, well, then it's mine. That's sort of the way.
Yeah, the
Is her
thing
allowance? Can she use it on real life stuff and NFTs? Is it, I mean, like spread across the board, or does she have like one of each?
Oh, she can buy NFTs, but they're just in my wallet. That's all.
Right. So what if she buys something that you absolutely hate? You'll still keep it?
Yeah, I'll just hope for it to pump and then get rid of it, I guess.
Well, it's a good thing that Tamara and I do not share a fucking crypto wallet, because I will spend all that shit on dumb NFTs.
You spend
Right?
it on what?
Right.
Well, how much do you
The
give?
only-
How much do you give Oaks for her allowance?
I give
she
him an
gives-
allowance.
She gives me an allowance. Yeah.
And do you get a nice allowance as well, Ping?
Yeah, I guess so. From my job. Gives me money every week.
Oh, at least you're playing along and you're not like a super feminist or anything. Yeah, you say some stuff
Wow.
like that now and you just, people jump down your throat even if it's a joke or it's not.
Yeah.
What- Which people? The feminists?
Yeah, well, whatever the people are called these days with all the acronyms. Yeah,
Oh my
we
God.
should have a vote if
Wait.
yeah, what were you going to
What's
say?
the?
Huh?
Go ahead.
No,
I'm
waiting
just
for you.
looking at something. Hold on.
You said go ahead and then you talk.
Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm waiting for you, man. I'm polite.
Oh, I'm looking at what's this thing in the Alpha Squad right now? I'm looking at. This is cool. This billboard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Dante made us a billboard. So he said that we could use them as thumbnails for the YouTube videos.
Oh, I
And
love it.
He also made a GIF as well.
Okay, that's badass.
Yeah, I reckon they look cool.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I might drop it in
I
the
love-
actual Discord so everyone else can have a look.
Yeah, that looks really good. I like
I
that.
thought you were
bottom
going to put
cover.
actual billboard up for your podcast.
We could do that.
We don't have
They're
Doge.
not that expensive.
We
They're
don't.
Yeah.
We
pretty
don't have
easy to
Doge
do.
money. We've only got Gala money,
What?
not Doge money.
Right.
You can convert it. It does that.
All right, gang. I'm tired. So
All right, we'll wrap it up then.
you
Was-
guys can keep going.
Nah,
I'm done.
it's all good. I got other stuff to do as well, like I'm sure everyone else does, other than Oaks.
I'm pretty hungry. Talking about gravy for 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, it was good having you on anyway, Ping. It's always good to
Yeah,
talk to
it
you.
was great catching up with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to talk to you, Pinguino. As always.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'll have to do it again.
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Oh, and I want to make an NFT for you guys sometime.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
We love it.
I think that'd be super fun.
Oh yeah. We would love that shit. We love it.
That sounds awesome. All right, I'm gonna hit the
Right.
outro.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Gravy Gang.